In a quiet little town called Sprinklewood, where everything always smelled like freshly baked goodies, there was a small but magical bakery named Sugarbell Sweets. Every morning, warm sunlight streamed through the windows, landing gently on the golden shelves packed with pastries, muffins, and cookies that sparkled with sugar crystals. But among all the treats inside Sugarbell Sweets, there was one special cookie. A cookie like no other. The cookie's name was Chipster, and he wasn't an ordinary cookie at all. He could talk, think, laugh, and panic. And today, Chipster was panicking. Badly. Why? Because today was Free Cookie Friday, the bakery's busiest, craziest, most dangerous day. People would rush inside, grab cookies, and eat them without mercy. Chipster shivered. His chocolate chips rattled like tiny marbles. Will not be eaten today, he declared dramatically. Nope. No way. Not this cookie. Not me. And with one brave jump, boing! Chipster leaped off the tray and rolled across the counter. The bakery lights glowed above him like a spotlight, and Chipster struck a heroic pose. I am a free cookie, he whispered. A cookie with dreams. A cookie with plans. A cookie who will survive. But then, crunch! A giant hand slammed onto the counter behind him. Free cookie! I want that one, shouted a customer. Chipster screamed, not today, humans, and sprinted across the counter with his tiny cookie legs. He zipped past a jar of sprinkles, bounced off a loaf of bread, slid across a pool of spilled milk, and landed behind a blender, breathing hard, trembling like a soft warm biscuit. He peeked out. The humans were searching for him. Where did the cookie go? I swear it was right here. Did it run? Chipster gulped. Oh no. They saw me move. Great. Now they'll think I'm a magic cookie. Perfect, just perfect. But Chipster didn't stop. He darted across the kitchen, determined to escape the bakery and find freedom outside. Little did he know. Chipster dashed deeper into the kitchen, crumbs flying behind him like panic glitter. His tiny cookie legs scrambled across the tiles as he ducked behind a giant silver fridge. A blast of icy air shot out when the door opened and nearly froze him. Nope. Not becoming an ice cookie today, he squeaked, shaking frost off his chocolate chips. Then came thud. Thud. Thu. The baker, Mr. Marshmallow himself, entered the kitchen. Round, jolly, and soft like an actual marshmallow wearing a chef hat too small for his head. His apron read, Need more sleep. Mr. Marshmallow sniffed loudly. Sniff. Sniff sniff. Sneeze. I smell. Cookie fear. Chipster whispered from behind the giant flour sack. I do not smell like fear, maybe a little. Then, achoo! A monstrous sneeze blasted the flour sack. Whoosh! Chipster disappeared into an explosion of white dust. When the flour settled, he popped up looking like a tiny ghost cookie. Oh, perfect! Now I'm a snowball with legs, he muttered. He dusted himself clean just in time to hear giggles, yawns, crackles. Chipster's cookie eyes widened. The pastries were waking up. A cinnamon roll stretched. A croissant cracked his flaky arms. A donut blinked its sprinkle-coated eyes. You're all alive? Chipster gasped. The croissant smirked. We have always been alive, Mommy. The cinnamon roll whispered. We only stay still when humans are around. It is safer. Chipster was shocked. All this time, he thought he was the only living snack. But why don't you run away? Chipster asked. The donut sighed dramatically. Because humans eat us. The blueberry muffin trembled. I don't want to get munched. Chipster puffed up proudly. Then we escape. All of us. The pastries gasped. Escape. To the outside? Is there sunlight? Will it melt us? Chipster declared. Everyone deserves freedom. A life without giant jaws and teeth. The pastries cheered. Chipster spotted a giant metal mixing bowl on the counter. Chipster stood at the doorway, sunlight warming his chocolate chips. The breeze carried a smell he had never sensed before, fresh grass, flowers, freedom. Behind him, the pastries peeked out one by one. The donut adjusted his sprinkles proudly. The croissant put on imaginary sunglasses. The muffin shook with excitement and fear. The bread loaf simply rolled forward like a sleepy log. Chipster whispered, Okay, team, stay close. The outside world is huge. They took one step out. Splot! A bird dropped something suspiciously gooey on the ground nearby. The pastries froze. Chipster's mouth dropped open. Okay. Rule number 1, never stand under a bird. They slowly moved toward the garden area behind the bakery. The grass was tall, like a jungle for pastries. The croissant frowned. This is worse than hiding in the oven. The donut gulped. What if a squirrel tries to eat me? I'm delicious. The muffin puffed up. Don't worry. I'll protect you. But then, rustle, rustle. The grass shook. Something approached. A shadow grew bigger. And bigger. And bigger. The pastries huddled together. Chipster held his breath. Then, PFFFT. A giant friendly dog nose popped out of the grass. Woof! The pastry screamed. Run! The donut rolled so fast he nearly became a wheel of fire. The croissant sprinted in zigzags. The muffin bounced like a terrified trampoline. The bread loaf just lay there and accepted his fate. The dog sniffed them curiously. A big wet lick hovered over Chipster. Chipster screamed, Don't lick me. I'll get soggy. He ran as fast as his crumbly legs allowed, hiding behind a small clay pot. The dog sniffed again. Its huge round nose sniffing the air like a vacuum. Muffinella screamed from the grass. It's going to eat us. No, no, Chipster whispered, dogs don't eat pastries, right? Right. The donut rolled behind a rock. The croissant climbed a flower. The bread loaf simply looked at the dog and sighed dramatically. Chipster sprinted through the flowery forest of giant sacks, his tiny cookie feet kicking up clouds of white dust that made him sneeze non-stop. Achoo Chip, he wheezed, nearly tripping over a sugar scoop. Behind him, Muffinella waddled as fast as she could, frosting bouncing with each step. Chipster, slow down. I'm melting out here. Donut Dan rolled past her, wobbling like a circus wheel. I can't slow down. My body wasn't designed for speed, just rolling panic. Croissant Carl leaped gracefully over a fallen measuring cup, landing in a dramatic pose. Fear not, my flaky fellows. I shall navigate us through this chaos with elegance and, He immediately slipped on a butter sheet and skidded across the floor like a screaming boomerang. Chipster had no time to stop laughing or panicking. He knew exactly where they were headed. The giant metal monster towered before them, glowing hot and humming like a dragon with indigestion, Chef Crumbleton's industrial mega toaster. The machine roared to life, gas clanking, conveyor belt lunging forward. Donut Dan rolled a bit too close and was instantly grabbed by the belt. Chipster. I'm being abducted by breakfast technology, he shrieked as he was dragged toward the blazing toaster mouth. Muffinella dove after him. Hold on, Dan. If you toast, I frost. But she too was pulled onto the belt. Chipster didn't hesitate. He grabbed a rolling pin, sprinted across the shaking metal belt, and jammed the pin between the gears with all his cookie strength. The machine screeched, jolted, and finally ground to a stop just inches before Dan's edge touched the toaster slot. Donut Dan sobbed dramatically. I saw my crumbs flash before my eyes. A booming voice echoed through the kitchen. You little delinquents. Chef Crumbleton stormed toward them, red-faced and furious, holding a giant spatula like a battle axe. You think you can run? You think you can defy your baker? Chipster stood tall, well, as tall as a cookie. As the pastries walked into the glowing sunset, Chipster looked back one last time at the bakery that created him. With friends at his side and a new cookie joining their journey, he whispered, freedom tastes sweeter than sugar. And together, they stepped into a future full of laughter and crumbs.